Tempers are rising. It's clear not everything you find is at your disposal. Tempers are rising. It's not for communal use.
Explosives in toys? How despicable. Hope Lord Gortash gets this stuff sorted out.
Double the patrols. We're dealing with a maniac here. Punishment detail. Got it?
I got you!
This isn't the way you're supposed to be, but it isn't hard. You're right. I'm not.
Hail, friend. Fine day, isn't it? Forgive me, you're in no mood to talk about the weather. Your journey here was a hard one, no doubt. Is this your first time in Baldur's Gate? It's a fine city, isn't it? No better place to hail from. Used to be you'd arrive knowing you'd a full belly and a warm bed waiting for you. Not anymore. These days, there's barely enough to go around. Add the refugees on top and, well, folk aren't feeling too generous. I've been asking myself the same question. I wouldn't be the first to interfere. Some well-to-dos in the city donated enough to see the newcomers right for the time being. Only they didn't bother helping everyone else. Locals going without while strangers feast. It stoked the fire, all right. Some Baldurians are kicking up a fuss round the front of the barn as we speak. If I wasn't wearing this uniform, I'd walk round there and teach them a lesson they'd never forget. What peace. If no one steps in, there'll be bodies piled high in the streets before long. Those refugees have been leeching on our city for too long. If we don't show them that we mean business, they'll bleed us dry. We need to march round the front and kill every last one of them. Let's see them eat our food with their guts on the floor. What do you say? You think there's a better way? Such sickening naivety. But I will cure you of it.
Still rolling in the muck, I see. Gortash knows you are coming. Knows you have the Bone Lord's stone. Do not let him hiss hot air into your worm-weakened brain. You'll need to bleed and carve this city if you want to turn him to grave meat. He shivers at the thought. Remember, his throat spits lies, but my blade carves the truth. You will read it on your skin soon enough.
She's toying with me. What does she want?
What? I'm bushed. I ran for days to get someplace safe, and then found out I'm last in line to get in, 'cause I'm a hobgoblin. As if I could change that.
I've got a long road ahead. A couple turns should do it.
Whatever's behind that lock, it's being watched closely. Best to step away.
We made it alive to Baldur's Gate. Almost, anyway. But I can't complain. When I look at Bex and realize she's safe, it's hard not to weep from joy.
So, you survived. That's more than many of my kin can say. It's mainly anger that keeps me going. Zevlor was supposed to lead us, but he froze when we needed him most. I haven't seen him since the massacre on the road, which is lucky for him.
We made it through hell, twice. I know now that as long as Danis and I stick together, we can do anything.
I'm really worried about Umi.
You're no sauce.
They got me signed up to learn to make pots, which is dumb. I'd rather learn how to kill cultists. And I bet you'd back me up on that. How did that song go anyway?
Washing my pits. This is the song when I'm... Aye! Gonna blood not get any bleeding privacy around here. Bunch of perverts, the lot of you. I hate this place. I can't even soap my forearms in peace.
My son Garen is pleased we got this far together. But his wife's bitching is making me old before my time. Why can't he tell her to put a sock in it?
Actually got here safely. Towing along my wife's sister and mother. Or maybe they towed me along, eh?
God, camping with the mother-in-law has been utter hell. Maybe I should just go on ahead into the city without her. Scouting, like.
Can't stand her, can't stand her, can't stand her! My sister-in-law. All law and no sister. Grr.
Whatever you need. I can't help you. Even talking is painful right now.
After a quick examination, you conclude that your patient is pretending to be wounded. You wonder why.
Really? This isn't necessary. I'm sure there are other people that need your help more urgently. Shh, not so loud. If those lads find out I'm faking, they might go off on their own. They're not ready for that. And frankly, I'd miss them. I don't really have any other friends. And I like those lads. So I think I'll stick around a while more. We've got to get Grunchen at the city, but he's in no shape to travel. I wonder, what if we hit him in a big barrel and nailed it shut? Nah.
Don't know how we're gonna get Grunch into the city, wounded as he is. But we have to.
Shut it! Scavenge wherever you can from this mess. We'll make something out of it. We got here first, friend. You're welcome to whatever scraps we leave behind.
Back off! I found these apples first!
If you're here to fill an empty stomach, look elsewhere. Folks swarmed what little was had, stuffing their pockets. Bloody animals.
Take the wood from the cart too. That'll be good for a fire, if nothing else.
Find us bloody keepers, I say.
We're as desperate as the rest of these savages.
They need to be wiped out. Just have exterminated. Nothing less will do.
And if we fail, who will stand between them and the innocent?
If we do nothing, the innocent will suffer just as much.
Cloud our judgment.
We have no good choices.
We need strategy and cool.
This is it for our people.
Nothing
This is the end.
Then we should end it on our terms, not hiding in fear. We cannot build plans on fear. We will have to act for all our sakes. I'll destroy every last blood.
Quite a spot, eh? Knocks the breath out of me to get up here. But the views are worth it.
The circus of the last days has returned. See Dryads, Jinn, and Dribbles the Clown back with a new act.
Something over there.
This vessel is at thy disposal.
The circus of the last days has returned. See Dryads, Jinn, and Dribbles the Clown back with a new act.
Stelmane is dead. This does not bode well.
Ah, a new face. Something to send? Don't be shy.
Gortash is being named Archduke. Time to pay Worm's Rock a visit.
Not everyone subscribes to...
Pigeons are very sensitive. They can't fly straight if they're disturbed.
Welcome to Sword Coast Couriers. To send and to serve. Delivery not guaranteed. I'm alive and well, aren't I? Earning an honest living, serving my community. I've plenty to be happy about. Though, I will admit it's been tough recently. We've had to cut down our courier routes. Too risky with that army rampaging nearby. I'll tell you, it's left me in a right pickle. I've sent what I can by pigeon, but now something's attacking them and all. Become a postmaster, Danzo. It'll be easy. Nobody mentions having to spend your evenings hunting for pigeon carcasses, do they? Well, if it's not too much trouble, I'd be much obliged. Any letters you find, bring them back to me, unopened, of course, and there's some gold in it for you. Don't suppose you've, stumbled across those letters yet? Comwick, that's a real shame. Fine courier he was. Stumped how I'll replace him. Most want to get into the city these days, not leave it. We've had to cut our courier services completely. Much appreciated. They'll turn up in the last place you look, I'm sure.
Outraged.
What to do?
Shh! No talking! You'll frighten the birds.
The pigeon carries itself with an air of dignity, its mannerisms stern and commanding. You bow low and graciously, but the pigeon has no appreciation for your courtesy. The pigeon avoids your outstretched hand. It glares at you. The bird coos its approval, yet you noticed it flinched at the sight of your hand. With the offending articles out of sight, the bird is back at ease. No harm done.
Careful, I bite. It's proud.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Don't suppose you've, stumbled across those letters yet?
Let us talk to him. Please, if he could just... train the dogs again, Miss Mahia?
When you prove yourself not to be an incompetent idiot.
Ah, I see. Maybe next 10-day, then.
Woof! A charming effort, but you can't fool me. You're not a dog. So what the hell are you doing in my kennels? Found him, did you? I can't say I'm surprised. Gomwick never kept him on a tight leash. Bring him here, and I'll give him a once-over for you. Check him for worms and so on.
Oh, yes, please! I'd love to see him!
He's a good dog. We'd both love to see him again. It's the only way to teach him. He behaves worse than the dogs, and makes more of a mess.
Scratch! Oh, it's good to see you, boy!
Shut up, Dringo, and get back to work. And you've been slacking as well, Scratch, my boy. This dog is property of Sword Coast Couriers. I'll take him off your hands now. I can do whatever I please. He's my dog. Now get out. This is a private yard.
It's not just Scratch. She's always hurting the dogs.
Shut your mouth, Dringo. Last warning. Fine. You think you can do a better job without me? Be my guest. They're a useless bunch of mongrels. You're welcome to them.
You got rid of her? I'll do a better job looking after these dogs than she ever did. I promise.
Tempers are rising. It's clear not.
At least we'd have a bed.
The circus of the last days has returned. See Dryads, Jin, and Dribbles the Clown back with a new act. Flaming Fist investigation underway. Stay back.
Get away with whatever they like.
Last a day out there. The priests will open the temple up again. You will see. They're good people, holy people.
We're angry.
bet you won't get kicked out of the temple. They blame us for everything.
Can I please have some food? Oh, sorry. I thought you were a priest.
We loved Father Logan as you did.
If you're looking for Ilmater's charity, you're out of luck. They've turned their backs on us, like everyone else.
Temple worship suspended until further notice. The faithful endure.
And for what? You didn't even fight back.
I tried.
You won't help us. At least let the children in. We've had nothing but scraps for days.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. You're the one who took a beating.
We loved Father Logan as you did. We would never hurt him. We had nothing to do with his death. I swear it.
Still unsolved. City watch under scrutiny.
Please, in the name of the crying one, have mercy.
To suffer the most?
The crying one weeps today. Our Father Logan is dead. Murdered. I don't want to talk. My heart is in mourning.
To know the Lord's will is blasphemy.
We let more outsiders in and more Baldurians die. Duke Stelmane, Father Lorcan, it's no coincidence.
We have faith here, Bill. Faith in people, no matter where they're from.
Who had more faith than Father Lorcan? How did that work out?
Thank you, stranger. Father Lorgan's passing has saddened us all.
Passing? He was murdered by one of the fugitives he was harboring.
Bill, I beg you, be quiet. Even sinners receive Ilmater's grace, and Father Lorgan knew that. We don't pick and choose who we aid. Thank you, stranger. I take some solace knowing that he died in Ilmater's service.
Does Ilmater's service involve protecting heretic absolutists? Or perhaps I missed that sermon.
Enough, Bill. You seem a kind soul. Our temple is open to you. Walk well.
Nothing more against Father Lorgan. I've nothing against Father Lorgan. Ilmater rest his soul. But his methods need to rest with him.
I still can't believe anyone would murder Father Logan.
There's enough blood to make a believer out of anyone.
By Ilmater's grace, must you be so insensitive? Look, investigator. Brilgor might have been a criminal, but he was no murderer. You're missing something. You have to be.
Enough, Yanis. Listen to yourself. You are defending a man who ritually slaughtered your high priest. The evidence speaks for itself. Brilgor killed Father Lorgan, then, be it out of shame or profane duty, offed himself with the same blade. Case closed, Sister Yanis.
Shitey little elephant. Oh, I apologize, stranger. Language like that hardly befits a rector of Ilmater. You could certainly say that. 2 people just died on temple grounds. Our high priest, Father Lorgan, and one of the new refugees, Brilgor. Investigator Valeria thinks it's a murder and is content to blame Brilgor, the politically convenient target. Brilgor was a refugee. No one sticks up for them at the best of times, and with Gortash in power... Well, I expect the Flaming Fists will ban refugee aid now one of them's blamed for murder. You think Ilmater looks at a Baldurian differently to anyone else? I like to think the gods are smarter than that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've a temple to run, and a high priest to replace. Yes? Can I help you? Thank you. Ilmater smiles upon us this day. But feel free to look around the temple. The killing happened in the kitchen cellar. Could be a good place to start. Valyria never found the murder weapon. That would be definitive proof that they missed something. Logan's in the room behind us with Sister Rose. Brilgor's buried out back, through the kitchen and the dormitories.
Kitchen. Visitors kindly keep to common areas. Food will be served at meal times.
Father Lorcan.
Please let the
I've
children
nothing
in.
Against Father Lorcan.
For days.
May Ilmater guide your footfalls, stranger.
We loved Father Logan as you did. We would never hurt him. We had nothing to do with his death. We swear it.
Warns the temple of exactly this. Exactly this.
Ilmater's edict. You've been caught mid-robbery. Your next move had, with your ill-gotten gains discarded, the...
Against Father Lorcan.
What ails you? Marsh fever? Feather lung? Be quick, I've not got all day. What do you want to know? I reckon Investigator Valyria is right. One of the refugees killed him. Cruelly, too. They cut off his hand, sawed right through the bone. I found a paralytic poison on one of his wounds. Logan was alive while they took the hand. He just couldn't scream. It's sick. We give them everything, and all we get is nothing but a good man to bury. Please, leave me be. I've got an awful lot to get done.
Not everyone subscribes. Not everyone subscribes.
Against Father Lorcan. It may to rest his soul. But his methods need to rest with him. We need change. I warned the temple of exactly this. Exactly this.
The Mater's edict is to welcome all into his embrace. Salve all suffering.
By allowing his faithful to suffer the most.
It is not for us to decide who deserves Ilmater's grace.
Why not? We are his adherents. Who would know if not us?
Claim to know the Lord's will is blasphemy. We interpret scripture and teachings.
We loved Father Lorcan as you did. We would never hurt him. We had nothing to do with his death. We swear it.
Your mind and pieces of your body will be washing up in Grey Harbour tomorrow.
Please, in the name of the Crying One, have mercy.
May Ilmater.
Exactly this. Exactly this.
Ilmater's edict is to...
Best keep your hands to yourself. You're being watched.